Hi, everyone. It's Wanda with the Armchair Cat Advocate, and lighting's bad. Sorry. I didn't even think about putting the ring light up. But anyway, I'm just hopping on here. Something came up. I wanted to talk about it. Thought it was really relevant to what we're doing here on the channel. Rogue's behind me. Um, Mr. Boo, aka Fury, is beside me. And the reason I'm on here is I got a text message actually from a friend of mine, and I'm gonna just read not the whole thing, but I'm just gonna read what she said to me. Um, and I thought, I really need to respond to this. Let me find this. Okay. Why do I have so many things here? Okay. Here we go. All right. So what she said to me is you, meaning me, have an issue with them, meaning Furball Farm Sanctuary, saying about everyone should spay and neuter. So I'm like, yeah, I did say that, but that's not what I meant. What I meant was, yeah, people should be spaying and neutering, but the problem that I see is that there are so many animal welfare organizations that don't they say things like, spay and neuter, do this, do that, but they don't understand that there are barriers and there's um, issues to accessing vet care or accessing spay neuter clinics. There's financial barriers. There's a lot of barriers that sometimes get in the way of people doing what they need to be doing. So my point is that animal welfare organizations need to acknowledge that and try to bring down those barriers and offer support. So she then went on to tell me about Furball Farms cat sanctuary. And for those of you who don't know, Furball Farms cat sanctuary is a sanctuary in Minnesota. I don't know a whole lot about them. It looks like their organization is set up to help re-socialize stray cats, particularly feral cats that other people don't want to work with. So, I don't know a whole lot about the organization, and I apologize for that. The reason that I'm on here is I wanted to clarify, first of all, that no shade being thrown to Furball Farms. Um, this is what people don't seem to understand is you can have, excuse me, support for an organization but still have issues with certain things that they do, which is the case with me and Furball Farms. I don't, there's some things that I see that are concerning to me, not in a way that, oh, they should be shut down, but just from someone who is a trauma impacted person living with PTSD and have had a lot of trauma informed care training. And I just see, excuse me, some of the ways that they approach the cats. Like there was one short that I saw where there was a cat in a box and the person's reaching in and saying, okay, the goal is to pet the cat, and the cat's hissing, and it's obvious the cat's scared. The cat's hissing, the cat's scared, the cat's like, leave me alone. And the person's like, no, I'm touching you. You're invading. So I have an issue with that because you're invading the cat's space, number one. Number two, the cat is blocked again. The cat can't go anywhere. You have the cat basically trapped in a corner. And it's just not, I just don't agree with the methods that they use. But I just because I don't agree with the methods that they use doesn't mean that I don't think that what they're doing is good and should be supported. Okay. There's two different issues here. There's an issue of just because I see something that is troublesome to me doesn't mean that I'm right and they're wrong or they're right and I'm wrong. It just means we're disagreeing. Um, I even went on, I even tried to leave a comment and it looks like I might be a hidden user because when I went back and I went back, and when I went back I was on a different account, then I could see the comment. So I'm not sure if they just made me a hidden user. I hope that's not the case. Furball Farms, I'm not a hater, I'm not a troll. Please don't take it that way. And this is part of the issue with the internet. You never know. So I can understand why they would do that. But what I'm going to do tonight is I'm not, because I don't have all the skills yet. I'm really new at this, folks. I'm just starting to understand how to edit things and how to upload things, and I'm just learning the inner workings of YouTube and the editing programs and all of that. And it's a lot. Believe me, it's a lot, especially when you have other things that you're doing besides just that. So it's hard. I'm not sure yet how to upload a stream from another content creator to react off of that. I haven't learned that yet. So this is going to be like really low tech. And plus, I'm not sure of all the copyright strikes and things like that. I know things have to be transformative. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play through the video. It's only like 30 minutes long, so it's not a long video. And I just want you to listen to what they're saying, and then I will stop it and comment every so often, because it's really what's happening there just blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. This is a huge organization. They seem to be well respected. I don't know a whole lot about them, but the people that I've talked to, they have a lot of, really diehard, loyal, supportive fans. And the comments seem to be pretty much all positive, unless, they're hiding all the negative comments, which we hope that's not the case. But they seem to have their heart in the right place. And so I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I want to try to help them out. They have asked that people contact, and they contact, I think, city council members or something, and they have given out the information for that. So I'm going to turn this on here. I'm going to just turn my tablet on here, and I'm going to play through this, and we're just going to listen to it.
Oh. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all, if you're watching live right now, I hope that you are watching ads.
So I'm going to think I can skip through this a little bit.
And my blood pressure is way up. Oh, good. Phew. I knew that. I knew everything is public. We have oh, good. Some people got ads, so that's good. If one for an update to our conditional use permit, because animal control, humane societies, the police station, everybody refers their problem cats to us. We do not have animal control in our area. And so the overpopulation of cats is real. It's real. It's sad. It's sad. And nobody was doing anything about it. And Julie did not turn a blind eye.
Now, I don't know a whole lot about Furball Farms, so I apologize to the people at Furball Farms and to their supporters. But what it sounds like to me is this is pretty much normal situation with every rescue that I've been involved with, is they get started because no one else wants to do anything. Everyone is quick to complain. Everyone is quick to point a finger and go, oh, there's a cat over there. And oh, it's like it's pooping on the lawn, or oh, it's ripping up the trash, or oh, it's doing this, or oh, but nobody wants to step up and do anything. And that's why there's people like me, and there's people like our friend Dawn in Arkansas that has a colony and is they're spending down their retirement fund to support cats. I'm on SSI. I'm like, okay, this month, I'm like, well, I really need to renew my AAA, but guess what? When it's all said and done, it's like, I'm not going to be able to do it this month because I need that $100 to pay for food for the cats. And if people have been following this channel, you know that there's been issues with another content creator coming over here and causing problems, telling people to unsubscribe, being just trolling, doxing, doing all kinds of things, essentially trying to take the channel down. So the people that and I had people donating, and then, now people don't want to donate because now they think I'm a bad person, all because of this one person. So that's a reality. And I want people to understand that that's a reality when you're doing any kind of rescue work. And you're going to hear with Furball Farms, you're going to hear from them. They're having similar issues where they have somebody that, has some kind of bone to pick, and they want to come in and they want to cause problems. It's really sad. And she's absolutely right. We are overwhelmed with cats. We have so many cats, and I have a stat here somewhere. I don't know where it is in my pile of paperwork, but I have a stat somewhere where, it's just the amount of stray cats out and about is unreal. And then we also have this move towards no-kill shelters. Well, the no-kill shelters, in order to keep their save rate up, they don't want to admit stray cats because stray cats are one of the biggest populations of animals that get euthanized. So they don't want to, admit those cats. So it is a big issue. And the fact of the matter is that the people that end up stepping up and trying to do something about the problem are people who are not in a good position to do anything in the first place, because they don't have the resources. They don't have the money. They're not stable. They're many times aren't stable themselves. Like, I'm not stable financially. I'm living from disability check to disability check. I'm trying to get back to work, but it's hard. It's a real hard thing to do. And meanwhile, there's more and more cats, and more cats, and then they'll end up dumping. And what she's talking about here is this is the issue, that these rescues become a dumping ground when animal control, the police, the local SPCAs, all these other places that deal with, stray cats, when they have and she's going to talk about hoarding situations. When there's a hoarding situation, the hoarding situation that actually happened to the rescue that I'm involved with, they had to go in and take care of a hoarding situation because the local SPCA wouldn't do it. So these are vital resources in the community, and what's happening here is unconscionable, and it's not okay. And I would encourage everyone to send an email to the folks to the powers that be, and let them know that it's not okay, and that these animals have value, that their lives are worth something. So I'm going to let her talk a little more before I go on too much of a rant, because I could rant about this all night.
Hi, everyone. So I have this sickening feeling, just because Thursday we go before the Rice County Board, and we're going to ask to increase. We don't want more cats. It just sucks that we have to go through hoops. It's almost like I feel like they treat us like we're varmin, like we're not my cats, like we're not valuable. That's exactly how I feel, that we are a bunch of not my peoples.
What she is a crazy cat lady. That's what she is. That's the stigma. I wear that badge proudly. But there's still that stigma of, if you're taking care of cats and you're taking care of a lot of cats, or you want to open a rescue, that there's something wrong with you. And yeah, these cats are treated badly. They're treated badly because they are seen as vermin. And I'm glad that she used that word, because that's the word that is used in Arkansas, where Dawn is, and where Dawn is trying to work with a colony. Cats are considered vermin. Here, where I'm at, I'm in Pennsylvania, where I'm at, they are considered wildlife. And they're considered wildlife, and that they're considered wildlife so that so that the SPCA doesn't have to take them in. I mean, it's just, think about, this channel is on this channel, I'm trying to show the connection between animal welfare and human services, and how the overarching theme of social justice issues is penetrating both of those areas, animal welfare and human services. And so if you look at this from a social justice lens, and you look at how people who are homeless are treated, is it any wonder why cats that are homeless are treated that way? I mean, it's basically the same. It's basically the same stigma for both, for the people and the animals. So let's listen.
We are a bunch of not my peoples. instead of I feel like Rice County going, you guys are flocking amazing, thank you. It's just the opposite. And there's you can go on and do a public something on Rice County. You can I don't know what it is, but there's one person, and thank God there's only one, that put out their negative stuff on us. And it has to do with, you want to know what they're complaining about? They're complaining about dust on the roads. It makes me just want to cry. There's Mario, because you know what I want to complain about? I want to complain about all of the messages from Rice County, the phone calls from the people who have hoarding problems with cats and overpopulation. They can't afford to spay and neuter.
And again, here we're going back to the social justice connection. We're going back to the connection between animal welfare and human services. They shouldn't have to deal with hoarding, because that should be mental health services. There should be services set up to help people that have hoarding disorder. And it should be before it gets to a point where it's overwhelming. But that's not what happens in our society. In our society, it's putting the cart before the horse. Wait until something happens. We're not proactive, we're reactive. And that's a big issue. And what she's saying, talking about, feeling like she's being demonized and feeling like she's being treated like a criminal, that's very commonplace. And this is, if nothing else from this stream, I want people to take away the fact that it is not easy to set up a rescue. It is not. And I'm going to, those of you who know, the content creator that was coming over here and causing problems, she wanted to start a rescue. She's in no situation to start a rescue. She has no idea what rescue entails. Like most people, no idea. All of her followers, all of her supporters, start a rescue. It's like, no. You don't understand how hard it is to start a rescue. You don't understand what you need to start a rescue. Even before you do anything else, you have to have a place to put the cats. Even before anything else, how are you going to sustain it? That's your first question. How are you going to sustain it? Because it's like me, I started this YouTube channel in July. I got donations. I got a lot of donations. And then this content creator came, caused problems, donations dried up. Now, if I didn't plan for that, if I just sat back and go, I'm on YouTube now, I don't have to ever worry about this again, I'm just getting all these donations, I would be I would be screwed. I would really be in trouble right now if I didn't have a plan B. If I didn't have, okay, I have a plan B. And am I going to have to go without this month for certain things? Yeah. But, it's nothing I've never done before. But the issue is, are the cats going to be fed? Yeah, they will be. Now, if I had just sat around and thought, oh, okay, I'm just going to rely on donations, no, I'd really be in trouble right now. But because I'm used to juggling these things, because I'm used to not having money and I'm used to robbing Peter to pay Paul, so to speak, I'm okay. But when you're doing a rescue, like these people are doing a rescue, they're not getting funding from the government. They're not getting, like she said in the beginning, they're not getting funding from anybody except donations. And they're probably getting, hopefully they have a good grant writer. No, Babby, you can't jump on the computer. Hopefully I have a good grant writer. Or they have somebody helping them with that. Other than that, it's hard. It's really hard. I don't know how they sustain their organization. I'm guessing donations and probably grants and funding that way. But that's hard to get too. You almost have to hire a grant writer in order to do that. I was gonna actually, I'm playing with my hair. I apologize. I just off the topic, but I was in the middle of going to do something with my hair, and then this happened. I'm like, no, I have to jump on here and talk about this because this is just insane. This is simply insane. Let me go on here.
And you know what? The some of the people did come out and they took pictures, and it's almost like I felt like it's a crime scene. Like they come out here and instead of going, "Holy Schmidt, this is freaking amazing what we've done," I feel like they're crime scene pictures. And you guys know we don't want.
I'm just going to show, for those of you who have never seen this channel or not real familiar with it, this is their setup. I mean, they have an amazing, I think you can see that. They have an amazing setup there. Like I said, I'm not real sure of copyright. This is new. I've never done a reaction, so this is new. So I'm hoping that Furball Farms doesn't copyright strike me or something. Furball Farms, this is all, I'm trying to help. Please. I'm not monetized. I'm not making any money off of this. I'm just trying to help. But I mean, this is, unless they're hiding something, and if they're hiding something, boy, they're doing a good job of it because there is plenty of space for them. There's an outdoor area for them. There's, oh my gosh, all the cat trees. They have cat trees. They have individual spaces for the cats to be. It's just, I mean, she's not lying. It is a phenomenal place. It really is.
I don't want cats. We don't want cats. We don't want cats to suffer. Oop, I feel like this is gonna fall. Oh, all right. This cannot be here. I saved you. Is that Kiz or Destiny? I saved you from falling. That was one of our donation boxes. I mean, come
Cat
on.
on a donation
Why do we
box.
even have to have, look at this. Look at our donation box.
Their donation box. So they do get donations. They do get donations, and I imagine they also get funding. But the other thing that she said is she doesn't want cats. None of us do. You know what would make me happy? What would make me happy? I mean, it would make me sad too. It would make me sad first, but it would also make me very happy, is if every one of those cats that I feed outside was able to find a loving home. Especially the ones like Jack, because Jack is problematic, and Jack, I'm pretty sure Jack was abused and has trauma and a lot of stuff that needs long term, it needs someone who is going to be gentle with him and caring and patient and not force themselves and try to, grab him and pick him up right away and just let him have his time and space to do what he needs to do to heal. And it's just so hard. I've been lucky that I've been able to place a lot of cats, and I know Dawn has been able to as well. But there's still more. I still have more out there. I mean, I have two in here that were supposed to go to a rescue. One couldn't be adopted. Not the I mean she was very feral. She was like probably the most feral kitten that I worked with. And I don't use that word feral lightly because I think most cats are are not that are outside or not feral or actually scared strays, or they've been out so long they just present as being feral. But this guy laying behind me, Rogue, he would he would explode. I would have him laying on my lap, and I'd be petting him, and all once he would just, woof, you know, teeth out, claws out, everything. I was really wondering if I would be able to keep him. And look at him now. He's fine. Yeah, you were another problem too, huh, Masu? Masu's next to me. Okay, let's go on.
It's our donation box to take care of these guys. So the
I'm just gonna let you see this too. Let me flip this around here. You see all of the cat trees and everything that they have for these cat. I mean, they don't just have like 2 cat trees. They have cat trees. They have wheels. They have everything. Is it as good as a forever home? No, but if it's better than them being confined in little cages, or being confined in little cages at a PetSmart, while people are walking by and poking fingers at them. And I mean, and no shade to PetSmart, no shade to the rescues that use those little crates, kennels, whatever you want to call them. They're cages to me, but I guess it's probably not the best word to use. But it's the cats aren't happy in those. They do. The volunteers come and let them out, let them stretch their legs and everything, but they'd be much happier in a loving, caring home.
So the Rice County people came out and took pictures last week, and we were in the fair a couple weeks ago, and we used one of the vehicles in Julie and Tony's. This is their property in their garage, so they had to move a couple of their old vehicles out that never comes out of the Kwanzaa or whatever. And it wasn't up to date on the tabs for this year. And of course, they took pictures of that, which we can figure out what that. Thank you, Melissa, for your donation.
Really, the tabs weren't where I'm assuming like the inspection or something. I'm not sure. What, because different states call it different things. Here we have maybe she means tags. Maybe she means the tags. But if the car is not being driven, I mean, really, like they couldn't. And this is the thing. This is the thing that just drives me absolutely insane. Even more insane than I already am is this kind of petty, nitpicky crap. Why? They're doing a service. Do these people understand how many cats would be roaming the streets and breeding, and you'd have even, and I guarantee you'd have even more hoarding situations than you do now, because people would be feeding, the cats would be breeding, and the folks, if they don't have a way to get them spayed or neutered, they don't have the money, they don't have transportation, whatever, and there's simply not enough resources to help everyone. That's the problem. There's just not enough resources to help everyone. And this is the thing that drives me bonkers, is these people, and and I saw them on that other content creators channel. All these people that were coming after me, just like here, people that are coming after this person and Furball Farms. Think of what could be accomplished if they would put that negative, toxic energy into positivity and doing positive things. Think of, how much further they'd be along if instead of trying to get back at somebody or wreak revenge or I don't know, whatever they're trying to do with her, if they would go out and trap and get spay and neuter or try to work with her, or you know it would just be so much better. I don't understand people. I don't get them at all. That's why I like cats and animals. That's why I prefer possums on the porch than people. But let's go on.
Thank you, Melissa, for your donation. But I don't know why I feel like we're criminals. I feel like we're criminals trying to do the right thing. I mean, where else would have these cats gone? I hope Rice County realizes that we are just trying to make Rice County and our world a better place, and we're just trying to spay and neuter. We don't want cats, Rice County. We don't want these cats, but we have them. We have them, and they came from people in Rice County that didn't want them. They came from hoarding situations. Yep.
Well, I'm just going to stop there for a minute because, like, hoarding situations are very hard. They're very hard because there's a lot of components to them. There's always a huge component of trauma underlying all of it. And when you're in a hoarding situation, it's really hard for everyone involved in that. And I will say that in hoarding situations, it's not that people don't want them, it's that people do want them. That's the problem. Many times in hoarding situations, you'll see people that start out with one cat, end up with another and another and another, and those cats are filling something. They're filling some void that person has. And what ends up happening, unfortunately, is the person many times begins to believe that they are the only ones that can care for these cats, that no one else can, that no one else could give them the same kind of love, and they can't see past the fact that basically they're unaliving the cats with kindness. So hoarding is a very difficult thing to deal with, but unfortunately it does happen. And when she's talking about feeling like being criminalized, that happens a lot. It happens a lot when you have people that are just trying to do something. They're just trying to make things better. I went through it here back in 21 when, after everything opened up after 2020 and the administration came. I'm in an apartment, obviously. The administration came back and they saw I was feeding the cats and they didn't like it. And there was a tenant. I think at least one tenant. I wouldn't say we don't have that many in the building, but there was one tenant in particular that doesn't like cats, hates cats. And so no matter how well the cats never went up to his apartment. They were out in the alley, but he didn't like the cats. So he complained, and the landlord doesn't like cats. So, she appreciated him complaining because then she could come at me and tell me that I am violating everyone's right to peaceful enjoyment of their apartments. I'm like, how is that working? The cats are outside. They come at night. Everybody's in their apartment sleeping. How are they disturbing anybody? So, I mean, in my case, essentially, I had to threaten her with legal action. And jail time because in Pennsylvania it's a felony to abuse animals. and she was talking about having animal control come and basically take the cats away, which wouldn't have happened anyway because animal control only does dogs in our area. But yeah, she was threatening to take them, relocate them, which is also against the law. That's considered abandonment. It goes back to them being considered, cats being considered wildlife because they can harbor rabies. You can't take a rabies vector species out of its area, just in case it would have rabies, it would spread. It's a lot of in the weed stuff, but long story short, it's illegal to move a cat from its colony. And I had to educate her on that, and now I have the cats. But it's still a constant struggle. So I understand what she's saying, and she really shouldn't feel like she's criminalized when she's saving a lot of these officials' butts by taking these cats in.
Yep, Casey found Reuben. So I'm Crystal from North Dakota is here to help us this week with our presentation on Thursday. I hope if you guys are able to go to Rice County, Faribault, Minnesota, the government website, and find an email or reach out somehow on our behalf. You guys know our mission. You guys know what we are like. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you so much for your donation.
And
you guys know the love that we have.
I think she does have further along here because I didn't watch the whole thing through. I watched about a little more than this, and I was like, oh, I gotta come on and talk about this. She does show they have it written out on a piece of poster board and for people to take a screenshot of. So I will get all that information, put it into one of the community tabs. And so if folks want to write that email, I would encourage you to do so, because it sets a precedent too for other rescues, that if people are coming forward and going, hey, we care about these cats, we care about TNR, we care about the overpopulation of cats, we want to make a difference, and we want to support organizations like Furball Farms that are trying to make a difference, that can go a long way to pushing legislation not only in her area, but in other states as well. So just keep that in mind, that when you come out, and because the politicians watch, trust me, they watch.
You guys know the love that we have, and it's not just for our cats in our area. We are trying to educate the world to please spay and neuter. It's more than just our little area. So look how happy these guys, aren't they? But I have this. Going into Thursday, it's like they think we're crazy. Well, okay, we might be a little crazy, but we're crazy because we want to stop all of these cats from the suffering that they do when they keep breeding.
I'm going to talk about that. The suffering that happens because of them breeding. There is a lot of suffering that happens because of them breeding. If you talk to anyone that does TNR, rescue, is involved at all with I know people that go out and trap, and I worry about their mental health. I seriously worry about their mental health because they see so many horrible things. They see, things that I can't talk about on YouTube. They see kittens that are so inbred because the colonies tend to stay together. And so it's, you might have the random male come into a colony, but many times colonies are like, if you look at my cats, everybody's black and white, and I have 2 tabbies, but everybody's either black with a little white on them, black and white like tuxedo, or like Furia cow kitty. which is just like, think of a cow. Think of a Holstein cow, the white cow with the black splotches. That's what a cow kitty is. And, if you inbreed often enough and long enough, you're going to have severe defects. So the kittens suffer. Um, female kittens can have, now this is going to blow your mind for those of you who don't know, but a female cat can have her first litter of kittens at 4 months old. 4 months old. She can get pregnant and have kittens. A lot of times that doesn't bode well neither for the mother nor for the kittens. And so that's another issue. The males are fighting. The males get injured from fighting. Some of those injuries become septic. They become abscessed. They become unalived. So there is a lot of suffering because these cats keep breeding and breeding and breeding. So let me go on here.
My name is Pauline. I'm from Georgia. I voted for Trump in 2016. Trump's they do when they keep breeding. Isn't that crazy? So one of the neighbors down the road sent in a long complaint about Julie. And instead, she should be freaking thankful. That's that black cat right there. I'm not sure why. See the black cat meowing? And this person, her big beef is dust on the road and the traffic on the road. It's like, are you kidding me? Look at the love right here. All of our cats are spayed, neutered, vaccinated. We do have a veterinarian on staff. We have volunteers who are vet techs. We have volunteers who are physicians, lawyers, teachers, nurses, janitors, factory workers, teachers, computer people, realtors. We've got the whole gamut of professionals who have bought into what we're trying to do. And it's just the opposite of being selfish. We're trying to help the overpopulation. Look at the kerfuffle right there. Do you guys see that? We're trying to help the overpopulation of stray cats so that there's less suffering in this world. Yeah, what about, hey, Anna, thank you, UTE, for your donation. Thank you so much for your donation. Anna, you just hit the nail on the head. Why does a neighbor over here, why does their dogs get to run the country? And we can call the police and they don't do anything about it. And why are we like in the spotlight, in the glass? Why are they just,
Because it's a stigma of cat ownership. It's stigmatized. That's why. Dogs aren't stigmatized. I've owned dogs my entire life up until when I went through an illegal eviction and I was homeless and I had to surrender my dog. So that was 2012. And then I didn't have any companion animals. I just had fish until 2020 when I got the cats. There are a lot of misconceptions about cats. I will be the first to admit that because I was that person. And when I was in my late teens, we had a cat. I mean, I had one outdoor cat when I was growing up, and then we had this cat that was a stray, but we basically treated her like a small dog. We didn't know any better back then. We just didn't know. And she was declawed. We didn't declaw her. She was already declawed when she showed up at our door, and she had been spayed. So somebody had her. And I think the problem was she never used the litter box appropriately. And I always thought she was just a bad cat. Now I look back and go, wow, I was so wrong. I mean, it was probably because of her being declawed and she probably had pain. But, I didn't know back then. And a lot of people still have these misconceptions. We still have so many misconceptions. Cats are not affectionate. Cats don't, they're aloof. They're independent. They're not social. They don't get along. All these things are completely untrue. I can, all you have to do is look at videos of Fury, of Fury and wanting to go outside, or, I'm trying to do something and he's always in my business. Niffler, he's always laying in the crook of my leg every night. That's where we sleep. Rogue right here behind me. They're always, Masu's laying beside me. My cats are always close by. They're always close by. And I think that is the issue, is that and the other thing is that because cats, they're misunderstood also because they tread this, and I don't think this is talked about enough, but they tread this fine line between being predator and being prey. So they exhibit traits of both. They exhibit traits of a predator and they exhibit traits of prey. And I think this is sometimes when people are like, wow, cats are weird. Well, yeah, because they're in that weird space. They're not 100% predator and they're not 100% prey. They go in between. Whereas dogs are pretty much, I mean, even like little dogs, little chihuahuas, they have a nickname for them. They call them armpit piranhas, because little dogs. I mean, I've met a lot of little dogs that have no idea that they're little, no idea at all. I mean, they're ready to take on the Rottweiler. So I think that's a big issue, is just that lack of education for people, misunderstanding the stigma, just not understanding that cats are really interesting, cool little critters. So let's go on.
Why are they just so I know I'm gonna have anxiety. Thank you, Natalie, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what? I think that my anxiety is for my twin sister who has to go before Rice County, and I know they think.
Now I'm going to just show everybody. You see, there is through that door. That is a large outdoor. It's like a large outdoor catio. So there's plenty of, and see all the little cat trees. Like everybody has their own little bunk, their own little space. I mean, they have this set up phenomenally. There's nothing wrong with this setup. I'm not an expert, okay? Not an animal behavioralist, not a vet tech, not a veterinarian, none of that. But I'm looking at this and just from all the research I've done, because I've done tons of research trying to set things up for my cat, so that my cats, because I'm in a small space and I want to make sure that everybody has a space and that people aren't fighting. And by people, I mean my cats. They're my people. They have cat trees in every room. They have little, Niff's in his little cradle cat bed thingy. The couch. They have Rogel lay on top, Masu's down here beneath. There's layers, levels, so that they aren't on top of each other. And what they're doing here, I mean, for all as many cats as they have, they're doing a bang up job.
Before Rice County, and I know they think she cray anyway. She is cray because she sees a problem and she's wanted to put I can talk. She's wanting to put a solution.
She's not cray. She's a visionary. Let's put that. Let's put that in the proper context. She's not crazy. She's a visionary. She's progressive. Those are good things. Personally, plenty of people have called me crazy, including Team Neutral. I don't give a who cares. That's their opinion. Everybody can have opinion. They're like, a certain part of our anatomy. But in this case, I don't like hearing her say that she's cray cray, because she's not cray cray. She's not. I don't think any of these people are cray cray. These people seem to be incredibly compassionate, loving, people that are thinking outside the box. I mean, look at this place that they've created. If that isn't thinking outside the box, I don't know what is. So let's go on. Oh, maybe not. Hang on. There we go.
In place. And we wish that we didn't have to exist. Do you guys know that Julie and her husband Tony are retired? Tony is retired. He battled cancer. He kicked its butt. Thank you, Paula, for your donation. There's Julie. And she doesn't have to be here. You could be in retired saying F it. Julie could be in Florida. So if you want to see an example, if you want to see a 10-page complaint against Julie and Tony Marvetts and Furball Farm Cat Sanctuary. If you want to see what the complaint is about, so go to portal.civicclerk.com. Okay, that's Rice County Planning Commission. So go to portal.
Okay, I will decipher this for everyone and put it on. I'll do a community post. But this is what she was showing. To go to that portal and see the 10-page complaint that was filed against them by this person for dust. Oh well, I hope they never come to my apartment. Oh, they want to see dust, they should come here.
CivicClerk.com. Snapshot this on your phone. Okay, guys, everyone take a snapshot of this. Okay, Planning Commission. Yep. Once you get to this place, Planning Commission, September 5th, 2024, you have to keep scrolling. Scroll. And then I'm the very last one. And it actually says comments dash Marvetts. Comments dash Marvetts. And if you click to download it, it's 10 pages of complaints about me. 10 pages of complaints about Julie. And the dust on the road. And the dust that's going to be caused. Dust. And the cats that go and poop on the strawberry fields. They would have complained to us. Our cats don't go over there. Right. I'm at a loss. And the destruction our cats do. Destruction.
I don't understand how they can see, this is what I don't understand, how the city council or commission or whoever is in charge of this insanity can even look at this complaint and say that it's founded in any way, shape, or form, considering that from what I'm seeing and what I understand from people that I know who follow. I mean, there are people that I know that follow this. Hi, Nunya, if you're watching, including our friend Nunya, who watched this religiously and is completely and totally dedicated to this channel. And I trust her. I trust that, she's able to decipher between the good and the bad. And if she's saying that this is a good place, I'm going to believe her. And from what I've seen, like I've said, I have a few minor issues, but not this. And like I said in the very beginning, it's perfectly okay. And I think people need to understand this. I mean, there might be people that have, there are people that are like, you shouldn't feed the possum. Well, yeah, maybe I shouldn't. And if I was in, if it was under a different circumstance, but I'm already feeding the cats. So it's kind of, and they're here and it's the city and they're either going to eat what I put out or they're going to eat trash. So I don't see a real problem with it. But, I know people that would see a problem with it and they can have their opinion. Timu Troll thinks that I should be reported to wildlife, fish and game, because the possum has parasites or something. But anyway, there are people I'm sure that don't agree with the way that I treat my cats. I mean, you're always going to have people that don't agree with you, and that's okay. That's fine. It's okay to agree to disagree, but and it's also okay to look at an organization and go, okay, I like this, and this, but this one thing bothers me. But if overall the good outweighs the little bit of concern that you have, then there's not a problem. And that's the case here. Because what I see is all of these cats are in this facility. They don't go outside. They're not allowed to wander around. She just got done saying everybody's vaccinated, everybody's spayed and neutered. They have a vet. They have a vet on staff, which is cool. They have vet techs volunteering, which is even cooler. They have all of that, and I can tell you, the just from the little rescue that I'm involved with, um, they have someone that is she's not licensed as a vet tech, but she basically worked as a vet tech at our local SPCA years ago. So she learned, she knows how to do all the basic things, and what she doesn't know, her vet talks her through. So there's always someone over her guiding her. And she's, we're talking about Nunya. Nunya has a cat that I fostered, Valentino. And Valentino is alive and healthy today and in a forever home because of this volunteer. So that's amazing that she has all these vet techs and a vet involved in her sanctuary. So let's go on and see what else she has to say here.
And I'm at a loss. And the destruction our cats do. Destruction. To our neighbors. So I have neighbors that are going to be going. We have neighbors that are going to be going, but if you live around here, or if you have your own, screenshot this, y'all. Here, screenshot it. And we hope that y'all, maybe you can go on there and send an email. She's requesting a cease and desist, so we have to shut down. So this lady, this dingle dork this poopy dum-dum wants a cease and desist. So it's all public. It's all public, but she wants Julie to shut down, and guess what would happen to these guys? Yep. They'd be euthanized. Yep. They want $50,000 to euthanize all these cats. We have to pay $50,000. We'd have to pay $15,000 to euthanize. All these cats would be euthanized if this.
Okay. I just want to stop it there briefly because I want to say one thing. Okay. If you go on, I'll put this information up. If you go on and you find out who this person is, please, for the love of God, do not go after them. I'm begging you. Anyone who's watching this, any of my subscribers, please do not do what the content creator and her little minions and trolls did to this channel when I was accused of something. Okay? I don't want to see that. No, not on this channel. No. Do I agree with this person? Would I like to go and tell them what I think? Oh, definitely. But that's not the way you handle this. The way you handle this is, if you want to help these people, because I definitely want to help them, and I'm definitely going to write a letter. I'll get that out. I'll do that tonight because I have to go out and feed the cats shortly. After I'm done with this, I have to go out and feed my colony. And then when I come back in, I'll go through this and I'll put all the information up so you have it, because I think it was the 5th, which would be on Thursday. So everybody would have a good, 2 days to get everything together to send over there. But but please do not, if there's somebody that filed a complaint and their name's public, and I don't know if they have addresses, I don't know. I'm hoping that she tells her her subscribers this as well, because that's not the way to handle it. It's not the way to handle it. You know, whether or not the person filed the complaint is irrelevant at this point. They did it, it's done, you can't undo it. Now you just have to go forward and fight it. That's just the way it goes. It's unfortunate it happened, but that's just the way it goes. So let's see what else she has to say here.
To euthanize, all these cats would be euthanized if this peon got her way. So, anyways,
all right, I just want to show this. This is the catio. Now that's, you know, and everything's enclosed. Everything is, those cats are not outside. That's just insane. And I think, you know, if you want to hound anybody, and what do they call it? Bird dogging. There's a term, it's called bird dogging. And what bird dogging is a lot of advocates will use it when they're trying to get a politician to do something. They'll bird dog them, which means they'll follow them everywhere. They'll call, they'll write, they'll email, they'll show up at meetings, they'll show up outside their office. They're there all the time. And, you know, this is what I think needs to happen to the officials. This person that complained has issues, okay? This person that complained, I don't know what their problem is. Obviously, they're a very unhappy person. You know, we on this channel, we've dealt with very unhappy people that came over from the other channel and wanted to start drama. That's what it sounds like to me. That person, I don't really care about that person. But I do care about the people that are the ones who should be putting a stop to this kind of behavior. Because if it's unfounded, then that should have been the end of it. Why a cease and desist? That's bizarre to me. I'm curious to read the whole thing, and I'm going to be doing a deep dive tonight into this, because I'm really curious about what is in that complaint and where all of it stemmed from.
Anyways, we're going to quote here. Tell me when it's not blurry, because I'm going to keep walking. And you know what? We work so hard for these cats. It's so clean here. Anybody can just stop over. The state knows they can drop in at any time. We are amazing. We are clean. Lori, I am too. I just have this pit in my stomach like we're bad people. And this truly is my life. And when we get phone calls from professional live trappers and we help spay and neuter, and so, all right, don't want this to be a negative thing, because look at the beautiful, beautiful sanctuary that we have all created, and that includes you. I'm looking for Marta. You guys keep your eyes open for Marta. And Thumbelina has been hanging out in the... Is that her? That can't be her right there. I bet that's not her. Thumbelina's been hanging out in the playground.
I want to show this again, just so people can see. I want you to notice up top at the levels. Look at the levels. They even have levels. Like they would be in a barn and have rafters. They even have levels on top. They have scratching posts. They have all kinds of different surfaces for them, different textured surfaces. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's just pretty cool.
Sure looks like Thumbelina. Is that Thumbelina, you guys? Oh, no, that's not Thumbelina. Sure looked like her for a minute. But look at what we've all done together. You guys, all of us have done like this catio or the pavered. We unfortunately did have to hire an attorney, which sucks. Um, and yeah, we should let the local news. I find it hard to believe that the county would want to do anything drastic with us. We are just trying to do the best thing. We are like animal control here. And if you have tried to give us cats, you know that we say no. And we try to give solutions. The MN Cats in Danger Facebook page. We tell people about Purple Pet or MinSnap AHS. We've got a low-cost spay and neuter program as well. We are trying to do the very best for the overpopulation of cats that we can. What a waste of money to have to hire a lawyer. What a complete freaking waste of money. Waste of money. Hey, do you need any help?
Well, what they probably should do with the people that are, since they have to hire a lawyer, what I think they should probably do is go ahead and I think they can, I think they, there's a way that they can sue to try to get that money recouped that they have to spend on the lawyer. And that, I'm not sure if they can do that, but that would be an option.
Oh, yeah. Petco's trained associates know the right food for cats with Piggy Tape. Waste of money. Waste of money. But you know what? In the end, you got to do it the right way. Julie always says they are very, they dot their I's and cross their T's. Oh my gosh, the cats are just absolutely enjoying it's cool out. I'm actually a little chilly. Isn't that funny that they complain about the dust? I'm like, what? I don't even get that. Even when we're really busy, there's not a lot of dust. I don't understand that. So, thank you, Penny. You guys are all amazing, amazing, awesome, and celebrated. We adopted 5 yesterday. Today, one of our cats named Dana went home. So we did have an adoption today.
I'm going to just fast forward this a little bit because I'm not sure if that's the end of it or if they have more to the story.
Dana complaint is just because they have nothing real to complain about. I agree. I mean, look at how crisp and clean the road looks out there, right? It takes forever to legally come into the United States. So they're still working on that after every item on her. Thank you, Eric, for your donation. We have good people in place. Brett's going to talk a spay and neuter clinic here so that there's not so many of them. So, yep. So I'm going to mind my P's and Q's, and I'm going to be a good Janice. I'm not going to be me. Guess what, y'all? I'm not. I'm going to come with a tape across my mouth. I'm not saying boo.
Okay, I think that might be.
Boo. I'm going to wear my shirt, and I'm going to behave myself, and I'm going to pray and let what's going to happen. And I'm going to pray that people, when we walk in there, who knows, maybe when we walk in there, maybe Rice County is like, you know what, you guys are freaking awesome. Thanks for doing everything the right way. And we're granting you your amendments on your conditional use permit, and you go. Wouldn't that be awesome? And if they thanked us, because if you love cats, you should love us. And if you hate cats, you should love us even more, because we are trying to get a spay and neuter clinic here so that there's not so many of them.
That would be wonderful if they could do that. because we need. I mean, we need. This is obviously in Minnesota, but just across the country, we need more spay neuter clinics. It's just, and there needs to be more support of the spay and neuter clinics. I'm thinking that this might be the end. I don't think there's any more to the story. I think she's just walking around now and talking about the cats. Let me see.
So, yep. So I guess what? When animal control gives out our number, when the Humane Society gives out our number, when the police give out our number and ask for our help, you know that we're doing something good. When the state drops in the health, the animal state or whatever, thank you, Lisa, for your donation. When people just stop in, when we've got people who visit that are veterinarians, and they come here and they sit down and they can't even talk. They're like, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. What we've created here is
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, and I saved hundreds. With all the money I saved, thought I'd buy stilts. Hi, honey.
unfreaking believable. So, I don't. Would that be awesome if they paved this road? Oh, that'd be so awesome. I believe, Carrie, that we are an asset to Rice County. And you know what? Once we get our spay and neuter program clinic in here, because I'm going to think positively, if you live somewhere and you've got 10 cats and you need them spayed and neutered, guess what you're going to do? You're going to road trip it here. You're going to get on our schedule. You're going to spay and neuter the not my cats on your property. And then you're going to take them back because we can't keep taking cats. But we can help more cats from being born. So we're going to be for Rice County and more. I can see people, somebody sent an email. She lives in Iowa, and it's like a 6.5 hour drive from us. And she's got like 20 cats that she can't afford to spay and neuter. Duh, who can? And she wanted to know if our program would be open to her. She lives out in the country. And I asked Julie, and Julie's like, yeah, she just has to schedule with us so that we can get them in. And she has to take them back. We cannot take cats, y'all, but we can help spay and neuter.
And see, that's the piece that I didn't know. And that's on me because I didn't, I didn't look through hours and hours and hours of footage to see this. But just, some of the comments that I saw, which probably were coming out of frustration from whoever was talking, it just seemed like the comments that they were making were just, okay, you should spay and neuter, but they weren't really offering any solutions. But hearing this, because this is, I'm listening to this part of the video I hadn't listened to yet. This is excellent. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Taking down the barrier so that people can access these clinics and vet care so they can get the cat spayed and neutered. Because not everybody can afford. I mean, I'm lucky where I'm at. We only have to pay $20 to get them spayed and neutered. As long as they're in a live trap, it's $20. There are some places where they don't have to pay anything if they're in a live trap. But a lot of places, they don't have that. And you're paying full vet price, which is $400, depending, $300, $400, depending if it's male or female. Excuse me. So, this is great. This is really great. And even more reason to get on that website, leave a comment, email whoever you need to email. They have all the information on here, and I will rewind this then and find it. But we just have a few minutes. We only have about less than 10 minutes. So let's just finish this off.
We can help spay and neuter. And it would be, hopefully people would, it's a low cost, no cost. But I hope that people don't abuse that. We're working our butts off with our clinic or with our store, furballfarmshop.com. We are working our butts off for that. And that's where those
what they need to do, and I don't know, Furball Farms, if you'll see this or not, but my suggestion to you for making sure that people don't abuse it is to ask for proof of income and work off of that. So if you have somebody that is on disability, or you have someone that's low income, they're working a job at, they're working a $10 job at retail, um, and you can see that they don't have a lot of money, that's what I would do. I mean, that would be the best way to do that, to see, okay, how much money, and then just kind of figure out, well, you could maybe afford 10% of your income or something like that. And whatever that would be for that month, then that would be their contribution. And if they can contribute more, they can contribute more. But that's what I would do in order to make sure that people don't abuse it, is to actually ask. And honestly, this has always been my thing as somebody that's on disability. I don't have any problem showing a legitimate organization my financial statements. I don't, because it is what it is. I'm on disability. I'm doing the best I can with the limited amount of money that I have. I know that I'm not just, well, pissing it away every month. Um, I know that I'm budgeting the best that I can, that I'm going without so that the cats can get what they need. And even then they're still not getting, it's still like vet care and things like that are still a struggle. So I wouldn't have a problem with that. If I had an organization like Furball Farms in my area and I needed help with stuff and they wanted to see, hey, can you show us your SSI award letter? Yep, here you go. No problem. And anybody who's legitimate and who's honest about it and who really is sincere about getting help, they shouldn't have a problem either showing any kind of financial information.
Our butts off for that. And that's where those proceeds are going to help, taking care of these gorgeous cats and our spay and neuter program. So, let's go see some cats. I wish I knew where Thumbelina was. Oh, you know what? I think I know. She wasn't. See that house right here? That tan house. She was in here today. Let's see if she's in there. Best friend! Is she still in there? Nope, not in there. Where's my best friend? Best friend! Do we have a veterinarian that's going to speak? No, she doesn't need to speak. We're going to, I don't think that we're going to have our veterinarian in to speak. The fact that we have a veterinarian on staff seals the deal. Is she in Celeste condo? No, I looked and she's not there. She's moved. I wonder if that's her in the corner. Let's see. This could be her. Let's see if this is her. Best friend! Nope, that's not best friend. Looks like best friend, but it's not. You guys, there's a kerfuffle. Look at the black cat. They're playing tag. Do you see the cats playing tag? It is so fun. I'm going to sit on this bench. It is so fun watching these cats play tag. And when Casey brings
I would definitely sit on that bench, wouldn't you? Anybody that's watching that loves cats, I would definitely be sitting on that bench. I'd be sitting on that bench all day long.
When Casey brings,
I would never move.
We have some cats like Nellie who she gets mean. You know, like some people when they drink alcohol, they get mean. You know, there's like happy drunks and mean drunks. Well, we have happy catnip cats and mean catnip cats.
Rogue's
and Nellie,
a mean catnip
when she gets
cat.
On catnip, she's a mean drunk.
That's
so
rogue.
we have to kind of keep it away from Nellie. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, he's not that mean.
Look at this.
But,
Aren't these guys
you know.
just enjoying life? Michelle, you are so right. We have some people who have we have some people who have passed away who have left some money in their wills to us, and be it $500, be it $100 or more and more. It is so wonderful, and absolutely everything about it helps our sanctuary. So if you have a will and if you'd like to leave a legacy, is that one Luigi, you guys? That one right there, is that Luigi? I know these scratching trees have, I can't believe they stayed up. So get all these guys. And this person,
if you can just a funny little side note, you can hear the tapping. That's my cat Niffler. He's upset because there's food in his dish that is dried and needs to be cleaned out because they didn't eat their food. Did you, Neff? Stop it. So he's now manically scratching because he's trying to cover up the food that he didn't eat. So that's what that is, just so you know. It's like, yeah, I'm telling on you because you're a strange little cat.
Who did the 10-page, the 10-page, whatever you call it, on us. She must watch our lives because she knew a lot. She knows a lot of information about us. So, the Furball Farm cats.
And this is the thing. Let me stop that there for a minute and talk about that, because this is the thing. When you have an organization like this, or like the content creator that came after me, when you go on YouTube, and I mean, I'm sure they understand this. This is more just my pointing out something and relating it to something that happened to this channel. But when you are a content creator and you are putting your life out there, you open yourself to things like this. And yeah, probably this person is watching the lives. And who knows what their beef may be or what their issue may be, or I don't know. The whole thing's bizarre. And I think really what should happen is these Rice County officials should just say, this is stupid. We're not going to waste taxpayer money on this, and just throw the whole thing out. Because obviously 10 pages, a 10-page, I'm going to be curious to see what's in this complaint aside from dust on the road. Well, I'm sorry, but I live in a city. There's dust everywhere. It's just, that's insane. And then they're like going in the strawberry patch. How is that happening when the cats are confined all the time? When they're confined to the sanctuary, they're not allowed out. That doesn't even make sense. So I'm curious to see what else is in this 10-page complaint. But it is one of those things where you have to deal with this stuff, and sometimes you do have to deal with stuff, and you protect yourself as much as you can. And I'm learning quickly. Well, I already, because I had a local cable access show, so I had already, unfortunately, had some issues with people, and I had a guy follow me through an AC Moore one time, which was kind of scary because he was like just following me. But putting yourself out on YouTube, and then you have to be careful and you have to protect yourself as much as you can. And if you're going to be a public figure, no matter if you're a minor public figure or a major public figure, like a celebrity or a politician, you are a public figure, and you're going to open yourself to this kind of stupidity. So I'm sorry that this happened to I'm sorry this is happening to Furball Farms, and I hope that they can resolve it. And I think that it really needs to be addressed by the Rice County officials at this point. And it shouldn't even be going, as in my opinion, it shouldn't even be going unless there's something in that 10-page document that she's not saying, like there's some really concerning issue that she's not talking about. I don't understand why this is even being entertained as something that needs to be addressed. It just sounds dumb to me.
Sanctuary will be here forever because if and when something happens to Julie, there's the board, and the board will never let this shut down. The only way this place would shut down is if the county shut us down. The toy, did a toy fall over? Oh yeah, that toy fell over right there. I wonder if she has visited. She is a neighbor. She lives like a couple farms down. It's weird because Julie didn't even know who she was. The name is public, so if you guys go to that paper that we showed you, her name is there, and Julie's never met her. Julie doesn't know who she is, so Julie's like, "Oh, that's so sad that she didn't come to me. You know, it's so sad."
Well, Julie could go to her. Just saying. I mean, yeah, it is sad that she didn't come to her, but Julie could also reach out to her and say, and I don't know who again, I don't really watch this. I'm not, again, not throwing shade at anybody. I'm just saying here's some things that could also be done that don't seem to have been done. And one of those things is and it is a shame that she didn't reach out to them, but maybe if they reach out to her, or if they had reached out to her. And see, I think this is the problem. It's just like what happened. This is another reason I wanted to talk about this. It kind of parallels what happened between the other content creator and myself. Is that content creator never came to me. That content creator never came to me, never asked me, hey, what's going on here? Did something happen? Did you do this? Do you know what happened? Nothing ever was said. The content creator didn't give me that courtesy. Instead, the content creator just said, oh, bad person, minions, get her. And I had to take in this channel nearly went down because I was ready to just walk away. And that kind of is what's happening here is, okay, that person didn't reach out, but you could reach out and you could ask, why are you doing this? And maybe the person, won't be communicative. Maybe the person will just go like, I don't have to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. You know what you did, la, la, la. Then you're like, okay, well, then I'll see you at the hearing. But I would at least try to get that. And I'm really surprised, like, they don't have some kind of a mediation or something. And again, this goes back, I think, more to the city, to Rice County, because they have, right, and all counties, these across, they all have their, I forget what, solicitor. They all have solicitors. They have people. And I'm sure that they'd have somebody that maybe could intervene in this and go over and talk and say, hey, you said this, but I'm a little confused because this is how I would present it. I would go over and I would, if she would talk to this Julie, if I was Julie, I would say, hey, I'm confused about this. You say that the cats are peeing and pooping in the strawberry patch, but I have evidence that the cats are, I have proof. The cats are never off site. The cats are always contained in the sanctuary. They're either inside or they're in the catio. I don't understand. I don't understand dust on the road either. How's that coming from? What, from the traffic? Is that what they're saying? Well, that's not their fault. I mean, if there's traffic and dust is being kicked up, that's not her fault. Again, that goes back to the county. Maybe the county does need to pave the road. I don't know. It's just, these situations are always frustrating to me because I think so much time and resources are wasted on petty, stupid crap that probably could be resolved if people would just put aside their differences, put aside their egos, and just sit down and talk and just try to work it out. And yeah, that woman probably should have come and said something. But again, Furball Farms also could have gone and said something. I mean, it works both ways. And then again, no shade to Furball Farms. I don't think what is happening to them is right. But like I said from the beginning, you can look at a situation and you can agree with some things and disagree with other things, but still be supportive of the person that is involved in that situation. So I think this is almost done. Let's finish this up. Yeah, we have just a couple minutes.
Didn't come to me. It's so sad. So we don't know who she is. Julie doesn't know who she is. Never met her. So I hope it'd be cool if she did come here to see what we've done. It is beautiful here. Oh, I'm tired. So Julie, Chris, and I are busy. If you have ordered a Will or Boris election shirt, we are busy trying to get those out to you. And we do have some female cats on the horizon this month, so stay tuned for that. And we're trying to have fun with it on Tuesday, November 5th at 8 p.m. At the 8 p.m. live, we will count all of the Boris and Will's t-shirts counts, and those will be votes. And we will figure out who the president is. And that's what we're doing for this.
I want to vote in that election.
Fundraiser. September, October, and November. So you've got time. So Sergeant Jane will be doing the live tonight, and I'm gonna go in with Julie and Chris and keep working on the orders. And if you guys want to reach out to Rice County on our behalf and just tell them that we are a good thing. There's nothing sinister about us. We love cats. We are trying to stop the overpopulation of cats. We wish we didn't have so many. I'd like to be home with my grandkids on a holiday weekend, right? So thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting us. And we will see you at 8 p.m. Remember, you can go on Twitch and always watch us live. Look at this click right here. It's like a high school click. Walking through the schoolyard. Twitch our handle is Furball_farm. Thank you so much for watching and your support and your donations. Have a great night. It's Rice County, Faribault, Minnesota. Just Google it. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. So Rice County, I will make sure that I'll go back through this. I'll get all that information and put it out, post it on the community tab so everybody has access to it. Just a couple of pointers if you do this, if you do contact the county on their behalf, this is what I suggest. And again, just suggestions from, like I've done advocacy. I'm not an expert. I'm not pretending to be, but I can tell you what works and what doesn't, at least in my experience. And going and telling them, like, this is a wonderful place. It's so amazing. You can't believe how amazing it is. Isn't necessarily going to work, because especially if you're from another state, the question's going to be, well, how do you know? You've never been there. You've never been in person. So you want to look at it from the perspective of, I watch them on YouTube. I see their facility. From what I can see, it looks really good. From what I'm, my understanding of it and my research, this looks like a good, solid facility. They are trying to do good things here. They're talking about doing a spay neuter clinic that would be beneficial to the community. And also, I would also put in there, just mention that, the world's kind of watching here. Because I don't know how many followers she has or anything. I didn't look. How many subscribers? I know they probably have quite a few. But, a lot of people have eyes on them. And if they go to the news, even more eyes might be on them. And if because what happens if they go to the news and it goes onto the wire, then other news outlets might pick it up, and it could very well spread across the country and across the world. That's how news stories happen. So I would just kind of point that out. I would even call, let's see, Rice County. Let me see here. I'm just going to look up something here for Rice County. Rice County. Minnesota news outlet. News outlets. Okay, they have a couple. That's the news. Okay, Rice County. Okay, they have 5 eyewitness news. This is something you might even want to do. Now, she didn't say this, but I'm telling you this. CBS News. Here we go. CBS News. Furball News. Today's latest update. CBS Minnesota. Might be worth your while also to contact CBS News and say, hey, I watched this channel on YouTube. They're a cat sanctuary. They're being they had a 10-page complaint filed against them, which is bizarre because some of the allegations are not, which don't even make sense really. And see what they say. I mean, if enough of us call the news outlet, they may very well pick it up. Just saying. So I'll try to find a couple of resources and put them up on the community tab. And definitely what she showed on that piece of poster board, that information that she showed, she said it's they're at the very end, if you have to scroll down to the very end. So I would go ahead and check that out after I post that. I think she said it was going to be the 5th. I think that's what she said, which would be on on Thursday. Yeah. No. That would be on Friday if it's the 5th. Right? No, wait. Today's the 2nd. 3rd, 4th, 5th. No, Thursday. It would be on Thursday. So I will post that up. Anyway, I will post it up. I'll get the dates and everything straightened out for everybody. And I hope that I don't get copyright struck for this because I don't know what I'm doing. But I just wanted to react to that because, like I said, Nunya sent me a text. I started watching it. The more that I watched it, I was like, holy crap, this is insane. What are they doing? I have to talk about this. Wish I could put the comments on. I'm just going to give it like another week or two, and then maybe we'll try the comments because I think things are calming down a little bit. But other than that, I think that's going to be all for tonight because it is 20 of 1 and I need to get out here and feed kitty cats. And probably Possum probably has the cat food dish knocked over because I didn't have any food out. I didn't put apple and banana out. So I want to thank everyone who watched, the 3 people that kind of stuck through. I mean, it seemed like, I don't know if whoever stuck through the whole stream, I appreciate it. Hopefully we can get these comments back on, because it's kind of, it's boring for me too, to just sit here and ramble on and not be able to have any give and take with the comments. But I'm going to just end it there. And thanks everyone for watching. If you are watching this as a rewatch and you're interested in this, check out the community tab. I'll have that information posted. Also, if you just kind of look through the channel and you like what you see, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe, click the notification bell, hit the like, hit the thumbs up, because that really helps push the videos out even more than anything else, is those likes. And, leave a comment. When the comments come back on, they'll be back on eventually, trust me. And until then, I want to wish everyone a safe rest of the night or early morning, wherever you are. How about a safe rest of the week? Have a safe rest of the week. Take care of your mental health. And until next time, bye for meow.